Welcome back to Express.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install these Blum Tandem undermount drawer slides in a face frame cabinet. First, you're going to need your drawer slides. These are 21-inch undermount drawer slides. They come as a pair. You get a left and a right. Then you're going to have to order your front locking devices. These are the ones that have the adjustable left and right option. If you were ordering your regular option, just up and down, they will look more like that, but these have that additional feature. And these come in a left and a right, so you have to order each one individually. Then you're going to need your rear mount bracket. This one comes individual as a single, so you just get two of those. They're non-handed, so yeah. And of course, you're going to need screws to install this. I highly recommend the number 6 by 5/8. These are the auger type, which helps with not needing to pre-drill as much depending on what kind of material you're using. Okay, now installing the front mount locking devices is rather simple. You're going to see the squish part right here. That actually releases the drawer once it's mounted to the undermount. So you're going to want to make sure that's facing inwards, both like that. So you can have that nice 90-degree, and that'll go all the way to your side and to the direct corner front of the drawer box. Now you'll see there's two different ways of mounting these to the drawer box. If you have a thick enough bottom, which would be, I would recommend somewhere 3/8 or 1/2 inch, you can use the bottom holes here. Or if you have a 1/4 inch like we have here, usually you could tell by tapping it, it kind of sounds a little thin. We're going to be using this front, which has a nice little angle to mount these to the drawer box. Number 6 by 5/8, and go to town. Okay, once these are all attached, you're going to want to make sure that you have your rear hole, as you see here, on the back side of the drawer. Ours are already done. This is going to require a 6mm drill bit, and I believe it's roughly 15/16 from the left side. And if we pretend this was here still, it's going to be from the very bottom of the drawer up. You're going to go right about 7/8. You can double check those measurements. I have a link down below with all of those from Blum directly that give you all of the measurements in millimeters to make sure you get this exactly where you need. Also, they do make a rear template jig, as you see here, and we have those available as well. All right, so now we are going to install the rear brackets. If it was just as easy as lining it up with that and finding out that measurement, life would be good. But of course it's not that easy, because why would things be so easy? So as you can see, when it's in place, it's got a little lip here. This lip is exactly 3/8 of an inch. So the main thing is, what we're going to do is, I just had a piece of cardboard lying around. You can make your template out of plywood, whatever you want. You can go from the bottom to the top. I'm going from the top to the bottom because I don't need that big of a piece. And I'm going to draw my marks. So now what you're going to want to do is that 3/8 of an inch of a difference, we are going to put some marks down. So now we got our 3/8 of an inch. Make our line. So now when we line this template up from the bottom, if we would have just followed the face frame, our screws would have been 3/8 inch too far to the left. Now we know exactly where this piece needs to be left to right. Line it up on the bottom and on these sides. And now you could pick whatever holes you want to transfer. I am going to go for the longer ones in the middle, just as so. So now that we know where this part is going to mount, we're basically going to transfer those two holes that we marked to the rear of the cabinet. And you can just use a punch, a pen, or the screw that you're going to be mounting these with. Lining up the screw with those holes that we just started. And it's simple as that. Now you can slide in your drawer slide like so. You're going to typically, with these Blums, you're going to want an 1/8 of an inch reveal, or a setback of an 1/8 of an inch. Now once it's in the proper position, go ahead and install one screw just to keep it set. We'll put the additional screw in after any adjustments if they're necessary. All right, once we are done on both sides installing those, we're gonna leave our secondary screw holes out for now and leave the adjustable ones in the rear until we get our drawer in there, make sure everything is nice and square, and then we'll put our final screws in. But you wanna leave less screws, the better. You push it till it clicks as so. Now what's happening is when we slide this drawer in, it's gonna push these drawer slides into the locking device, and you'll hear the audible click. So a lot of videos I've noticed don't have that showing. So there you go. That is what actually locks this drawer to the actual cabinet drawer, to the actual slide. So these front locking devices click in just like you've seen. Once they both click, you know you are good to go. And to release them, you simply squeeze on both of these at the same time and just pull back the drawer. Let me show you. You simply squeeze these and pull the drawer out of place. Double check that everything is working well. And now if you like, everything seems pretty actually right on. So I will add the additional screws. Now let's say when we close our drawer, it just doesn't quite sit perfectly. Maybe we're a little high here, low here. Maybe it's at a slight angle. That's where the adjustments come into play. Now, as you see here, this is gonna bring the drawer left and right. So you just kind of tweak these a little bit. By spinning that, it'll bring the drawer either that way or that way. This part here is gonna raise and lower the drawer. So that'll bring the drawer up and that'll bring it right back down. Now, just as you did in the front, you could do the same in the rear. They have this little tab here that you can rotate, and that raises the drawer box up. And then, of course, go the other way, and it lowers the drawer box right back down. And of course, the hardest one to see is this little bitty disc right there, where you can use a Phillips screwdriver, twist that, and it'll bring the drawer left and right. Well, that should do it on how to install one of these Blum Tandem undermount drawer slides in a face frame cabinet. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below.